Oh, ya sabes, dejarte pasar más tiempo conmigo, que es evidentemente lo que quieres. Por eso estamos aquí ahora, ¿no?
I wait for his answer, but he just smiles and nods his head silently.
Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
We can both play this game, Charles. Charles, I'm the mother fluffing juggernaut. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir du Vide, and I've played this game a very long time ago and then played it again for one of my live streams. So today I'd like to play more of a double-sided mirror. Okay, so I've gone through it. I'm gonna just jump right into what is new, what I think is new, starting with some of a bit of an old, then dovetail into what's new, so it's not too confusing. But if you would like to see the very beginning and all the routes at the beginning, you can check out my first video or my live stream of this game. Hopefully I remembered in the future to put a link in the description to it. I don't know. But right now, this is the path where we thought Charlie was really creepy and snuck away from him. Poor sweet Charlie. The serene atmosphere of the bookstore gradually made me forget about everything that happened. After all, it's been a while, and the stalker hasn't reappeared or tried to call me again. I might even consider buying a book. Some have caught my attention, particularly those about self-defense. I picked one that seemed very interesting, but as I exited the section where I was, I accidentally bumped into someone, falling to the ground. Oof!
¡Ay, no! ¿Te encuentras bien?
Oh no! Are you alright? When I raised my gaze, I saw a tall guy with black hair extending his hand to help me. I'm fine. Sorry, I just didn't see you. The way the guy had helped me, and then had me... It is so good to see that face again. The way the guy had helped me, and then had me closer, only made my nerves escalate, so I moved away a bit, making him chuckle at what I said.
No hay nada de qué disculparse. Fue mi error. Quizás no debía caminar tan rápido. Es solo que quería comprar un libro y no me di cuenta que había alguien aquí.
There's nothing to apologize for. It was my mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have walked so fast. I just wanted to buy a book and didn't realize someone was here.
Dime, ¿no te hice daño, o sí?
Tell me, I didn't hurt you, did I? The voice actor for Charles is... Whew! I'm fine, but I insist, it was definitely my fault. I should have paid more attention to my surroundings. I'm really sorry. It's just that I have a lot on my mind. His expression suddenly changed, showing clear concern towards me.
Oh, ¿te encuentras bien? Si algo malo te pasó, puedo tratar de ayudarte.
Oh, are you okay? If something bad happened to you, I could try to help you cheer up a little.
Tal vez no sirva de mucho, pero podría tratar de hacerte algo de compañía y tal vez ayudarte a que puedas olvidar por un rato lo que te está inquietando.
Maybe it won't be much, but I could try to keep you company and maybe help you forget for a while what's bothering you.
O si solo quieres hablar, también puedes desahogarte conmigo de lo que sea que te haya sucedido. Prometo no juzgarte sin importar lo que pasó.
Or if you just want to talk, we could just vent. Or if you just want to talk, you could also vent to me about whatever happened to you. I promise I'm not going to judge you, no matter what had happened. This guy was too attentive, but something about him intrigued me too much, as if it was something familiar. After a couple of seconds, I noticed that we were still holding hands. Although it didn't seem to bother him at all, I quickly pulled my hand away and stepped back a bit. Excuse me, but I think I'll pay for this book and go back home.
También, si lo prefieres, podría invitarte a comer.
Also, if you prefer, I could invite you for a meal. Sold! Let's do it! Let's go! Come on!
No sería como una cita, pero al menos es una forma de pedirte disculpas luego de haberme chocado contigo de esa manera tan brusca.
It wouldn't be like a date, but at least it would be a way to apologize for bumping into you in such a rough way. Okay, that sounded a bit strange. I am a sucker for free food.
Además, podría servirte para olvidar tus problemas un rato.
Plus, it might help you forget your problems for a
¿Qué
while.
dices? ¿Aceptas?
What do you say? Do you accept? Yep. I don't have any other choice. Sure. Why not?
Perfecto. Te acompaño que pagues tu libro y nos vamos.
Perfect. Let's go pay for your book and then we'll leave. He seems harmless, and if something strange happens, I'll just run and shout to the nearest security guard. As we walked together towards the cashier, he seemed notably cheerful, as if he had won the lottery or gotten something he had wanted for a while now. Could inviting a stranger for a meal be the most exciting thing that's ever happened in his life? That's really sad. When paying for my book, he offered to carry it for me, which was a bit silly as it wasn't that heavy, but I suppose he's trying to be a gentleman, or something like that. At times I glanced at him and caught myself staring at him oddly, but it seemed not to bother him. He simply smiled and continued walking towards the food court.
Entonces, ¿qué te gustaría comer?
So, what would you like to
¿Tal
eat?
vez algún dulce? Los helados de pop-up son una gran opción, aunque también podrías ordenar algún postre en la oaxaqueña. Pero si quieres comer alguna otra cosa, podrías probar algo de Queen Bee. Tienen una de las mejores hamburguesas que he probado.
Perhaps something sweet. The ice cream at Popov's are a great choice, although you could also order a dessert at La Oaxaqueña. But if you'd like something else, you could try something from Queen Bee. They have some of the best burgers I've ever eaten. I want the burger, please.
Tú solo pide, yo invito.
You just ask. It's on me. My stomach hurt when he suggested eating something sweet. I could only remember the guy's face in that cafe and his stupid gift. His delicious gift of a sweet little cake. Honestly, I didn't have any appetite for something like that. In fact, I wouldn't even want to think about something that reminds me of that guy. Oh, he was just standing there. Why are you being so mean to the boy? Well, I don't really feel like having something sweet, you know. How about something spicy? Do you think you could recommend something good with that?
¡Claro! Adoro lo picante. Vuelvo enseguida. Sé justo el lugar donde pedir unas buenas salitas picantes.
Oh, of course. I love spicy food. I'll be right back. I know just the place to get some great spicy wings. His reaction was quite unexpected and adorable. He was overly excited, as if I had read his mind. Before leaving, he handed me my book and happily went to get the food. I waited for him for about 10 minutes at one of the many available tables in the place, but I couldn't help but remain alert. Even though some time had passed, I couldn't shake off the thought that that guy from the cafe might still be looking for me around the place. While I looked around to make sure the cafe stranger wasn't nearby, the other guy returned, startling me a bit as he spoke from behind my shoulder.
¿Se te perdió algo o alguien?
Did you lose something? Or someone? Once I turned around, I noticed he was also scanning the area, as if he was trying to help me find what I was looking for. I chuckled a bit at his exaggerated scanning of the place, realizing how silly it was to feel that way right now. After all, if the weird guy dared to approach me, I could ask this guy to help me with him. You can tell just by looking at him that, with a single punch, he could send you straight to the morgue. Ooh, ma, what nice toned arms you have. I didn't lose anyone or anything. I just thought you left with the food and left me here all by myself. He looks surprised for a moment, then chuckles at my comment.
Sé que dije que adoraba lo picante, pero no es para tanto. Mira, aquí te traje este combo especial para ti y solo para ti.
I know I said I love spicy food, but it's not that I'm obsessed with it. Here, I got you this special combo, just for you. He slid me a box full of hot wings, along with some fries and various toppings. While I devoured one wing after another, the guy simply watched me eat attentively with his pretty eyes, as if enjoying my company without needing anything in return. However, I noticed something. So, what were you doing in the bookstore? You didn't buy anything after bumping into me. I thought you were going to buy the book you saw in the window. What happened? He blushed a little as he looked me straight in the eye and took my free hand on the table.
Pues en realidad no quería exactamente un libro, ¿sabes?
Well, actually, I didn't exactly want a book, you know?
Te vi a través del ventanal de la librería y me llamaste la atención. Pero no tenía una buena excusa para hablarte, así que entré para ver si podía al menos ayudarte a buscar un libro y así conversar sin parecer un rarito.
I saw you through that window and you caught my attention, but I didn't have a good excuse to talk to you, so I went inside to see if I could at least help you find a book and start a conversation without seeming like a weirdo.
Sin embargo, por estar muy apresurado, choqué sin querer contigo.
However, in my haste, I accidentally bumped into you.
No pensé que así sería la forma en la que nos conoceríamos. Me vi como un idiota haciéndote caer al suelo de esa forma. Y realmente me disculpo por eso.
It didn't even cross into my mind that this would be the way we'd meet. I felt like an idiot making you fall like that, and I truly apologize for it.
Oh, Charles, I don't even know your name yet.
He smiled again and chuckled after that, seemingly unembarrassed by anything that had happened. Despite his somewhat silly response, it was really genuine, more than I expected. I really wish he were my date.
I might sound crazy what I'm about to say.
As I felt him gently squeeze my hand, I couldn't help but notice his eyes. In fact, I hadn't noticed the difference in color until now. He's quite unique.
Por cierto, mi nombre es Charles. Un gusto conocerte, calabacita.
Pumpkin.
By the way, my name is Charles. Pleased to meet you, Pumpkin.
Hey, Pumpkin.
Huh, okay, that's new. No one in my life has ever called me that in such a peculiar way, but I guess at this point it doesn't matter. I'll just ignore it for now. Besides, it's not an ugly nickname, so who cares? I like your name. Mine is Espoir.
Pero qué nombre tan bonito. Suena tan único y fascinante. Al igual que tú.
What a beautiful name. It sounds so unique and fascinating. Just like you. I couldn't help but blush instantly at hearing him say that. My name wasn't really anything special, but somehow hearing him say something like that just made my nerves come back. While he stared into my eyes, I briefly looked at my phone and got a bit startled at the time. If I didn't leave soon, I'd be very late getting home. I'm sorry, I have to go. Thanks for the meal, Charles. Maybe we could hang out another day. Can I have your number? I saw him hesitate for a moment and step back a bit, perhaps still not thinking I needed to leave so soon from here. However, he spoke again after releasing a sigh, now having a somewhat more serious look than before.
Me encantaría, pero ahora mismo no lo tengo conmigo. Lo olvidé en mi casa sin querer antes de venir aquí.
Or it's the same number as Charlie. I would love to, but I don't have it with me right now. I accidentally left it at home before coming here.
Pero si te parece bien, puedes darme tu número. Prometo que te escribiré una vez llegue, ¿sí?
But if it's alright with you, could you give me your number? I promise to text you once I get back, alright? Oh, well, that's fine, and not at all suspicious. I didn't make much of it, and simply wrote my number on his hand with the pen I had in my pocket. After taking my book and saying goodbye, I headed as quickly as possible towards the exit.
Look at him. He's waiting with bated breath. He's so cute.
Great. It seems that my bad luck found me again. I saw some people taking refuge from the rain under nearby buildings. However, not having anything to cover myself with, I just couldn't run into the metro station. It was too far away, and I wouldn't want to get sick for a week just from running in the rain. As I was thinking about what I was going to do, I heard a familiar voice behind me.
¿Necesitas ayuda?
Need a hand? I turned around and saw him with an umbrella in hand and a wide smile on his face. Charles!
Creo que aún no terminamos nuestra no cita.
Seems like our not date isn't over yet.
Es broma, pero ya fuera de juegos.
Just kidding, but seriously.
Si quieres puedo ayudarte con este amiguito, aunque eso significa acompañarte a tu casa.
If you want to, I can help you out with this little guy. That means walking you back home.
Claro, solo si te parece bien.
Of course, only if you're okay with it. He showed me an umbrella he had in his hand, waiting for a response. This is really convenient. It's a bit scary. Wait, did he already have that umbrella with him? I hadn't noticed it before, or maybe I didn't pay enough attention. No, stores just like to put out the umbrellas, like mark up their price when it's raining outside. Like convenience stores, you gotta pay $20 for a teeny tiny umbrella just because you forgot to bring one. Setting aside all these uncertainties, I realized he was still staring at me, waiting for an answer. I really feel like I don't have any other option. If I decline, I'll have to walk in the rain, and I'd probably end up catching a cold. I just can't simply not go to work now.
Entonces,
So,
¿aceptas o
you're okay with that, or?
prefieres quedarte aquí y seguir esperando a que la lluvia pare? Aunque no parece que eso vaya a ocurrir pronto si me lo preguntas.
Would you rather stay here and keep waiting for the rain to stop? Though it doesn't seem like that's going to happen soon, if you ask me. I nodded while rolling my eyes, approaching him as we exited the mall, ready to share the umbrella and shield ourselves from the rain. He walked silently in the rain. He seemed to enjoy the scenery, maintaining a calm expression on his face while holding the umbrella handle. I feel the need to clarify things. I feel like if I don't, this guy will end up inviting himself to my apartment or something like that. It takes me a moment to decide to speak.
Listen, I don't want you to misunderstand things. I don't want you to accompany me home or anything like that. I'd be content if you just walked with me to the train station, okay?
He smiles at me, not looking absolutely surprised or disappointed by what I just said.
Oh, pero parecía que ya éramos muy cercanos.
Oh, but it seemed like we were already so close.
Digo, después de todo, estamos demasiado juntos bajo el paraguas ahora mismo. ¿No lo crees?
I mean, after all, we're so close under the umbrella right now, don't you think? The sarcasm in his tone was too evident when he said that. But it was true. Now that he mentioned it, if it was embarrassing, sharing an umbrella meant we had to be very close. I could even feel his body heat, and at times, my hand brushed against his hip. He blushes a bit, but doesn't take his eyes off me.
No te preocupes, lo entiendo. Solo estoy bromeando y molestándote un rato.
Don't worry, I get it. I'm just joking and teasing you a bit.
No debes darle tanta importancia. Además, tengo otras cosas que hacer algo lejos de aquí de todas formas. Pero al menos disfruto de este momento y de serte útil de alguna manera.
You shouldn't take it too seriously. Besides, I have other things to do, somewhere far from here anyway, but I'm at least enjoying the moment and being useful in some way to you.
Being useful? He refers to helping me with the umbrella? It was helpful, but it's not that big of a deal.
As we walked, we kept bumping into each other. Although he tried not to make it too obvious, his embarrassed expression said it all. I felt my cheeks blush a bit. I had to admit that having him closer allowed me to appreciate how attractive he was. However, I could see him smiling in a somewhat mischievous way and slowly getting closer to my face. This caught me by surprise, causing me to slip accidentally. Fortunately, before falling, he grabbed my hand to prevent me from hurting myself. Once I stood up again, I saw him chuckle a little.
En serio, eres algo especial, calabacita.
You're really something else, Espo.
Solo estoy molestándote. No te tomes las cosas tan en serio. Solo es una bromita de amigos, ¿sí?
I'm just teasing. Don't take things so seriously. It's just a friendly joke, right?
Aunque si con una simple broma reaccionas así, será mejor que te vigile muy bien.
But if you react like that to a simple joke, I'd better keep a close eye on you.
This means nothing. You were the one who got too close to me without warning and at the wrong time.
He notices my annoyance and decides to keep walking as if none of it had happened, although he never removes that smile from his face. After a couple of meters, he seems a bit restless, as if he had a constant thought bothering him. I touch his shoulder to snap him out of it, and he smiles again. Perhaps he has too many things to deal with. That reminds me, he said he had something far away to do. Maybe it was getting late for him, and he just kindly accompanied me. Is something bothering you? I know it's none of my business, but if you have something to do, it's better to continue your path and not be late for that place.
No es para tanto. Solo tengo muchas cosas en mi cabeza últimamente que aún no puedo descifrar. Es algo tonto en realidad.
It's no big deal. I just have a lot on my mind lately that I still can't figure out. It's kind of dumb, really.
Además, no tengo tanta urgencia de ir ahí. Solamente es una reunión familiar o algo por el estilo.
Also, I'm not in such a hurry to go there. It's just a family gathering or something like that.
Si te soy honesto, realmente no me importa.
If I'm honest with you, I really don't care.
A family reunion?
Well, you know, if you don't want to go there and I've just got to be home alone, well, maybe. I know what it's like to have a bad relationship with your family, so I understand why he looks so discouraged. It could be said from his attitude that his relatives aren't the best, but I prefer not to jump to conclusions. Even so, I can't help but emphasize a little with him. So maybe...
what if instead of going to your meeting, you come with me to my apartment? Immediately upon hearing me, his eyes opened slightly in surprise. I think even he noticed that I didn't think very much before opening my mouth. He looks somewhat confused and looks around before returning his gaze to me and finally giving me an answer.
¿En serio? Creí que habías dicho que solo querías que te acompañara hasta la estación del tren.
Really? I thought you said you just wanted me to walk you to the train station.
I interrupted him immediately by making a hand sign as I sighed and rolled my eyes. I know what I said, but now I reconsidered, and I think it wouldn't be so bad to have a visit. He still looks quite surprised and frowns a little.
Pero quería respetar tus límites.
But I wanted to respect your limits.
But nothing. You'll come with me and you'll like it. Gosh darn it, you cutie pie. Now put on this wedding gown. When I finish saying that, I immediately react and sweat a little. It might have sounded a little strange and a little out of place, but I can't take it back anymore. I must move on. I'd rather have him come with me than let this poor man have an awkward family reunion. In addition, he helped me with the umbrella, so it's my way of returning the favor. Yeah. After a moment of silence, he simply nods his head, still looking quite confused, but he simply keeps walking next to me towards the train station. I watch him as he walks. He continues to look around, as if he's looking for something, without removing his confused expression from his face.
Supongo que haremos esto.
What? What was that?
Well, I guess we'll do this.
Hey, I know that my proposal was sudden, but it's not that bad. Charles is a little startled and turns to look at me, trying to laugh to compose himself, and tries to return to his usual confident attitude. Charles is a little startled and turns to look at me, trying to laugh to compose himself, and trying to return to his usual confident attitude.
Oh, no es eso. Solamente no me lo esperaba, es todo. Digo, creí que te acompañaría hasta la estación del tren y eso sería todo.
Oh, it's not just that. I didn't expect it, that's all. I mean, I thought I'd accompany you to the train station and that would be it.
I sigh without taking my eyes off him. Well, I'm saving you from the awkward situation with your family, so don't thank me. He chuckles at my comment, and I can tell that little by little he's starting to relax.
Bueno, realmente lo agradezco. Hablo en serio. Claro, siempre y cuando esa haya sido tu verdadera intención. Solamente ayudar a un pobre hombre. Oh.
Well, I really appreciate it. I'm serious. Sure, as long as that was your true intention, just to help a poor man, or...
I glance at him out of the corner of my eye, watching as his expression slowly changes to a more mischievous one.
Simplemente quieres pasar más tiempo conmigo porque soy encantador.
You just want to spend more time with me because I'm lovely.
Yeah, that second one. Yeah. Immediately, my cheeks felt a little hot from his comment and looked away. I don't blame him. It was very likely that my suggestion sounded like he wanted to take things further between us too quickly. I take a deep breath, and I just answer in the most natural way possible. Don't misunderstand things. Just follow me and no more silly comments, or I'll leave you in the middle of the rain. Hee. I hear him laugh quietly as he continues to inspect my face, noticing the fact that my cheeks are still rosy, though I was still trying to pretend that tranquility reigned in me.
Bueno, ni siquiera planeaba ir a tu acogedor hogar hoy, pero ya que insistes...
Well, I wasn't even planning to go to your cozy home today, but since you insist...
I give him a look of annoyance and simply instruct him to continue walking, making a sign with my hand. He laughs again and just obeys, obviously amused by my behavior in the situation. When we get on the subway, we stay close, in a comfortable silence, while I look forward to getting home and finally being able to relax. Of course, after attending to my unexpected visit, I still can't decide how I'll keep him entertained. Maybe we could play cards, or a board game. Why does something over there say, I see you? But I must admit that the more time I spend by his side, the less I dislike him. In fact, his company is very pleasant, and I'm already getting used to his personality.
¿No es divertido?
Isn't that funny? Hearing him speak suddenly takes me out of my thoughts, and I look at him out of the corner of my eye. I analyze his question for a moment before answering. Fun? What exactly do you mean? He smiles and responds immediately.
Oh, ya sabes, dejarte pasar más tiempo conmigo, que es evidentemente lo que quieres. Por eso estamos aquí ahora, ¿no?
Oh, you know, letting you spend more time with me, which is obviously what you want. That's why we're here now, isn't it? Huh? Well, a single sentence reminded me of how annoying he can be. I simply gave him another look of silent anger, and he made his triumphant expression more evident when he noticed that he managed to touch a sensitive chord and got a reaction. I snore, trying to hide the fact that he had managed to annoy me, and respond as if it was no big deal. Remind me not to help a fool again. It would have been better not to have offered to accompany me, even if you would have had to have dealt with your family. That sounds better, doesn't it? He raises his hands in surrender, as his smile never leaves his face.
Oye, no me culpes. Esto no estaba dentro del guión en un principio.
Hey, don't blame me. This wasn't in the script at first. Yeah, this is all new territory. This is the new update. Huh? What is this madman talking about? Hey! Hey! Charles? Charles, get out of my brain, Charles! I better not be breaking the fourth wall, Charles! I look at him in confusion, now letting my expression of frustration at his jokes come to the surface. Are you now a kind of theater fanatic who thinks your whole life is a movie or something? My comment took him unexpectedly, but he composes himself immediately, and his confident smile returns to his face.
Solo era una broma. No te tomes las cosas tan en serio, Calabacita.
It was just a joke. Don't take things so seriously, Pumpkin. I roll my eyes and just take a deep breath for my own good. Just as it is attractive, it is annoying, that's for sure. How dare you be so cute? Home, sweet home. I take a few steps inside my apartment, noticing how Charles looks around, inspecting the place. After a few more steps, he stands in front of me while occasionally averting his gaze to some random place.
Bueno, ¿qué puedo decir? ¿Es un lugar acogedor? Sí, esa es la palabra que buscaba. Es la descripción perfecta para este lugar.
Well, what can I say? It's a cozy place. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. It's the perfect description for this place. You can say it's crap, Charles. You can say it's crap. It's all right. It's all I could afford. Hearing his comment, I cross my arms and raise an eyebrow slightly. Really? I brought you to my home and that's the first thing you say? He looks at me and shrugs, speaking in a kind of mischievous tone as he continues, as if he somehow enjoys making me angry in small amounts.
Calabacita, estoy siendo amable. ¿O quieres que sea sincero? Porque si lo soy, probablemente me echarás a patadas de aquí. Y no quieres hacer eso.
Pumpkin, I'm being nice. Or do you want me to be sincere? Because if I am, you'll probably kick me out of here. And you don't want to do that. The false tone that he used at the end makes me laugh a little. I can't even explain why he made me react that way. It just happened, and Charles could tell it, since he immediately squints in a flirtatious way.
Te atrapé. Te hice reír. Sabía que en algún momento podría obtener algo más que seriedad y caras largas de tu parte.
Stop! I got you. I made you laugh. I knew that at some point I could get more than serious and long faces from you. He comes a little closer to me and gives me a small tap on the tip of my nose, looking for some reaction from me. He's a troll. He's a bona fide handsome troll. I immediately take a few steps back, not even knowing what to say. I watch it for a few moments before I put my hands on my hips and get a little firmer about it. Hey, you can't do that to someone who allows you into their home. It's rude. Besides, I know you just want to make fun of me. That's why I almost never smile or do things like that around you. You're pretty annoying, you know. Charles just listens to me, letting me pull out everything I have to say until I'm finally done, and he takes it as an invitation to respond.
Déjame entender esto. Me trajiste a tu departamento, pero ahora dices que soy un fastidio. Necesito que me aclares esto, Calabacita, porque estoy realmente confundido ahora.
Let me understand this. You brought me to your apartment, but now you say I'm a nuisance. I need you to clarify this for me, Pumpkin, because I'm really confused now.
Antes dijiste que te conformabas con que te acompañe hasta la estación del tren y de repente las cosas cambian y estoy aquí, contigo, a solas. Pero dices no tolerarme.
Earlier you said that you were satisfied with me accompanying you to the train station, and suddenly things changed and now I'm here, with you. Alone. But you say you don't tolerate me. I open my eyes when I hear everything he says, and nervousness almost takes over. Due to the reason his words said, my actions have been confusing, but at least I have an answer for that. I brought you here because I I felt sorry for you. But every time you open your mouth, you make me regret my own actions. I wanted to help you, and you don't stop being an idiot. He stares at me, tilting his head slightly in confusion, until, after a few moments, that smile, that darn smile of his, reappears on his attractive face. He takes a small step towards me, as if he can read my body language and knows something that even I'm not clear about right now.
Realmente no creo que te arrepientas de tenerme aquí ahora mismo. De hecho, sé que tú querías que estuviéramos en esta situación. Quizás al inicio creíste que lo hacías para salvarme de una situación incómoda, pero no lo sé.
Oh, I don't really think you regret having me here right now. In fact, I know you wanted us to be in this situation. Maybe at first you thought you were doing it to save me from an uncomfortable situation, but I don't know.
Si realmente te molestara tanto mi presencia, fácilmente podrías haberme echado. Después de todo, es tu departamento. ¿Sabes a lo que me refiero? Tu hogar, tus reglas, calabacita.
If you were really so bothered by my presence, you could easily have thrown me out. After all, it's your apartment. You know what I mean? Your home, your rules, Pumpkin. Dang it! He always has the perfect answer for everything. After a few moments analyzing what he had said, an idea came to mind. We can both play this game, Charles. Charles, I'm the mother-fluffing juggernaut! You know what? You're right. My home, my rules. So go. Right now. Aw. I don't give him time to process anything. Wait, hold on. My chicken's burning. It's burning. Oh, the chicken.
Huh?
I don't give him time to process anything, and I immediately start pushing him out of my apartment. As I try to get him to leave, I hear him talking while his legs create a break, making it harder for me to get him out of here.
Oye, está bien. Fui un idiota, pero solo estaba bromeando contigo. No creí que realmente me echarías.
Hey, okay, I was an idiot, but I was just kidding you. I didn't think you'd really kick me out. I don't care. You opened your mouth and gave me the best idea to solve my problem, so goodbye. I continue my attempts to kick him out of my humble home, ignoring all his attempts to convince me and let him stay.
Calabacita, ¿en serio me echarías a la calle? Mira lo tarde que es allí fuera. ¿Y si me sucede algo? No creo que quieras ese cargo de conciencia.
Pumpkin, will you really throw me out on the street? Look how late it is out there. What if something happens to me? I don't think you want that burden of conscience. I froze and looked out the window. It was true. I had forgotten that was the reason I left the mall, because it was getting dark. Now it was too late to leave him to his fate on the street, and in an area as dangerous as the one I live in. I had no choice. I guess I'll have to keep this super handsome man in my house. Oh, how terrible. I sigh and pull away from him, allowing him to rejoin as he returns his gaze in my direction. Okay, you can stay. It seems that right now I have no other alternatives. By my own actions, I ended up condemning myself to host you for the whole night here. He seems to get a little excited, but without leaving his usual relaxed attitude.
Así que, ¿eso significa que puedo dormir aquí por esta noche? ¿Como una especie de pijamada? Interesante.
So, does that mean I can sleep here tonight? Like some kind of sleepover? Interesting. I snort and close my eyes to try to relax a little and not indulge him in seeing my growing anger at his flirtatious nonsense. Yes, I guess it is a sleepover or something, but only because we got caught up in this situation, you know? He adopts an attitude of false innocence and pity as he hides his hands behind his back.
¿Estamos atrapados? Es una lástima que estés en una situación así. No le desearía eso ni a mi peor enemigo.
Are we trapped? It's a shame, Espoir, that you're in this situation like this. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Estar aquí, conmigo, juntos por una noche. Pero sí, supongo que nunca sabré cómo es estar en tus zapatos. No tengo idea de qué es lo que sientes ahora mismo, ¿verdad? Y nunca lo sabré. Pero prometo que no seré una molestia para ti ahora mismo. Seré bueno, palabra de honor.
To be here, with me, together for one night. But yes, I guess I'll never know what it's like to be in your shoes. I have no idea what you must be feeling right now, and I'll never know. But I promise I won't be a nuisance to you right now. I'll be good. Word of honor. Why do I not believe you? What did he mean by that? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. He's just joking. As always, why do I have the feeling that I should save my game? Stop being a pain in the booty cheeks for 1 minute and try to act like a normal person for once, so you'll make things easier for me. A sigh comes out of his mouth, and he looks me straight in the eye.
Está bien, lamento todos mis comportamientos y comentarios anteriores, Calabacita. ¿Ves? Estoy cambiando. Un buen chico, como prometí.
Okay, I'm sorry for all my previous behaviors and comments, Pumpkin. See? I'm changing. A good boy, like I promised. I just walked to my room, ignoring the nonsense that comes out of his mouth, resigning myself to putting up with his behavior, at least for the rest of the night. And to think that I would come to wish he was my blind date, what madness! Oh, he's still pretty charming. I hear the door closing behind me, and I don't need to turn around to find out who just entered.
Oye, Dulzura, me dejaste hablando solo. Eso no es muy amable de tu parte.
Hey, sweetness, you left me talking to myself. That's not truly kind of you. I focus my gaze on the window, overlooking the balcony, to anchor myself to anything that can keep my serenity afloat. So, according to your logic, should I force myself to keep listening to your nonsense just so you can be happy? He responds immediately, sounding as if he knew exactly what he would say.
Bueno, se supone que eso se hace cuando hay visitas. ¿Debes asegurarte de mantenerme feliz?
Well, this is supposed to be done when you have visitors. You must make sure to keep me happy. I change the subject quickly as I watch him stand in front of me to get my full attention. It's too late. I helped you dodge a bullet with your relatives, so I would be incredibly grateful if you would let me rest now. He seems to get excited at the idea and speaks with genuine emotion in his tone as a twinkle manifests in his eyes.
Oh, claro. Entonces nos relajaremos bien. ¿Qué haremos? ¿Podemos contar historias de fantasmas o escuchar algún podcast? Lo que tú prefieras.
Oh, right. Then we'll relax. Okay, what will we do? We can tell ghost stories or listen to a podcast, whichever you prefer. I interrupted him immediately as my patience grew more and more stretched. He was on my turf now, and that gave me more confidence to impose my rules, as well as having slightly stricter limits. No, we won't see anything, because I'm meaning I want to sleep. His excitement fades away, but he doesn't seem angry. In fact, he finally seemed somewhat calm. Heavens, at last, you were starting to think that this guy could only be flirtatious all of the time or something. His confused expression returns after a small moment, surveying his surroundings as he had before, returning his gaze to me a couple of seconds later. I'm starting to think he's got a screw loose.
¿Ir a dormir? ¿Esa es tu decisión final?
Yeah, Mr. Krabs, I want to go to bed. Go to sleep? Is that your final decision? I nodded my head immediately, which makes it look even stranger, as if my statement is somewhat silly.
Pero si te vas a dormir, todo acabaría. Entonces, ¿para qué sería todo esto? ¿Por qué me trajiste?
But if you go to sleep, everything would end, Espoir. Then what would all this be for? Why did you bring me? Eh? What are you talking about? My brow furrows, and I respond by raising my voice a little.
I've already made it clear to you many times why you're here. This happens to me for being a good person once in my life. He seems to disagree with what I say, and simply sighs before looking behind him again, as if looking for some third party to blame. Before he could speak again, I quickly add, "And yes, I want to sleep, and that's it. I don't know what exactly you mean by what you said, but yes, in that case, it will all end, because you'll have to leave in the morning." He just watches me silently and sighs, crossing his arms and speaking in a defeated tone.
Sé que nunca entenderás exactamente a lo que me refiero. Al menos tú no, Jen. Pero, bien, supongo que es hora de descansar, si eso es lo que quieres.
I know you'll never understand exactly what I mean. At least you don't, Espoir. But, well, I guess it's time to rest, if that's what you want.
At this point, I don't even try to judge the senselessness that comes out of his mouth, and I think that all this will end soon.
Bien, entonces iré al sofá de la sala y...
Okay, then. I'll go to the living room couch and...
I interrupted him while he was talking. Now the whole situation was becoming somewhat sad. Maybe I had overdone it with my anger. I probably didn't say anything bad, but I felt that way. Anyway, he'll leave in the morning, so it didn't matter if... No, you won't sleep on the couch. I will. You'll sleep in here, under the watchful eye of Puppy Cat. He turns around, and for some reason, his expression is the one I've only seen in people when they're totally frustrated by a meaningless situation. I take a couple of steps towards him, trying to prevent him from leaving the bedroom, trying in some way to make him understand my actions. This was already a subject of my principles. Listen, I know I just raised my voice just now and described you as kind of a nuisance, but please, sleep on the bed. I can't let you spend the night on the uncomfortable couch. His expression softens a little as he seems to analyze the situation before speaking. And as he does so, he shakes his head with a more determined and serious tone in his voice.
Claro que no, yo debo ir al sofá, no permitiré que...
Of course not. I must go to the sofa. I won't allow you...
I make a sign with my hand, still trying to keep the tone soft and understanding, to try to persuade him. Say no more. Alone, do as I say, and sleep in the bed. He continues to refuse, and I insist until the whole situation becomes a kind of fight where we both try to get the other to give in. The irritation and frustration come to a surface as he's made more attempts. Noticing that he would not pay attention, I took his arm and tried to guide him to the bed.
I'm gonna body slam you into this bed.
But he didn't move an inch. He has a lot of resistance. Now, with a faint expression of frustration on his face, he tries to reason with me, adopting a serious but still soft tone to his voice.
Ya te lo dije. No dormiré en esa maldita cama. No tengo problemas con dormir en el sofá.
Espoir, I already told you I won't sleep in the darn bed. I have no problem sleeping on the couch.
I don't listen to his words, and I insist, trying to impose my will now. I don't care, idiot. It's my house, and I say you'll spend the night in the bed. Now you get back in you get in that bed. What I say only pushes it and finally explodes.
No hagas esto. No lo haré solo porque sea tu casa, ¿sabes?
Oh, he's so cute when he sounds mad.
Don't do this. I won't do it just because it's your house, you know.
At this point, nothing matters to me anymore, and he simply continued forward, adopting a somewhat sarcastic tone to obtain my goal. You said it before, it's my home and I make the rules. You sleep here. Now you get in that soft and comfortable bed, surrounded by adorable plushies. His eyebrows rise and his anger grows on his face at my statement, rolling his eyes.
Todo esto ya me tiene harto!
All this has me fed up.
I mean, if you want to go walk out in the rain... When I listen to him, I impose myself again, feeling that we're simply drowning in a glass of water without getting anywhere. A sound of dissatisfaction comes from my throat, not believing that he seems indignant at my simple request. But it's my house, and I do whatever I want in my house.
Pues ya no tienes casa.
Wait, what? What? What have you done? ¿Por qué? Well, you don't have a house anymore.
Oh no.
Escucha, no sé qué es lo que sucede aquí, ni por qué todo esto sucede.
Listen, I don't know what's happening here or why all of this is happening.
Se suponía que nos veríamos más adelante y aquí estamos.
We were supposed to see each other later, and here we are.
Este camino no debería existir, ¿entiendes?
Stop breaking the fourth wall, cutie pie.
This path shouldn't exist. You understand?
Pero, bueno, supongo que todo se hace por una razón.
But, well, I guess everything is done for a reason.
Por desgracia, nada puede ir demasiado lejos entre nosotros. Al menos no aquí. Por eso, este camino es tan confuso para mí. Se supone que debería acompañarte a la maldita estación y eso sería todo.
Unfortunately, nothing can go too far between us. At least not here. That's why this path is so confusing for me. I was supposed to accompany you to the station, and that would be it.
Mira, no estoy enojado. No contigo. Pero me frustra tanto que todo esto haya aparecido de repente y que parezca que no vaya a ningún lado en específico. ¿Cuál es el punto de todo esto?
Look, I'm not angry. Not with you. But it frustrates me so much that all of this has suddenly appeared and that it seems like it's not going anywhere specifically. What's the point of all this?
Espera.
Hold on.
Ahora que lo pienso mejor, hay algo que se puede hacer. No es mucho, pero supongo que sería mejor que no obtener nada.
Now that I think about it, there is something you can do. It's not much, but I guess it would be better than getting nothing.
Porque tú y yo sabemos que si te vas a dormir todo terminará por ahora. Exactamente lo que estaba a punto de hacer. Por eso estaba tan confundido con el objetivo de todo esto. Pero como dije, creo que puedo hacer algo. Yo podría hacer algo para que todo esto valga la pena.
Because you and I know that if you go to sleep, everything will end for now. Exactly what Espoir was about to do. Wait a minute. Oh no, are you talking to me? Are you talking to us? Which is why I was so confused with the goal of this. But like I said, I think I can do something. I could do something to make it all worthwhile. Do I need to save my game right now? I think I'm gonna save my game right now. Charles? Charles, you're gonna make me save my game right now? What are you doing? What are you plotting, Charles? Get out of my brain, Charles! Charles?
Sí. Sí, creo que eso funcionará por ahora.
Yeah, I think it'll work for now.
Espero que te guste.
I hope you like it.
Porque si no...
Because if you don't... Charles!
Ya te lo dije. No dormiré en esa maldita cama. No tengo problemas con dormir en el sofá.
Espoir, I already told you. I won't sleep in the darn bed. I have no problem sleeping on the couch. I don't listen to his words, and I insist, trying to impose my will on him. Listen, me in the game. Listen, me in the game. We have opened up a can of worms that we cannot contain. I think you better ease up. I don't care, idiot. It's my home, and I say what's going to happen in my bed today. Shut up! Shut up! Shut your... When what I say is processed in my head, I immediately cover my mouth with my hands. I didn't mean it that way. I totally meant it that way. Mierda. I should have thought before I spoke.
Oh, ya veo. Así que por eso es tanta la insistencia, calabacita. ¿Eh? Ahora tengo curiosidad. Exactamente, ¿qué es lo que sucederá?
Oh, I see, Pumpkin. So that's why you keep insisting so much, huh? Now I'm curious. Exactly what will happen? I don't know, but hopefully it doesn't have to go on my adult Patreon. When he says that, I know there's no turning back. He heard it very clearly. I lower my gaze, preferring to see my feet rather than face the consequences of what my mouth uttered. I hear his heavy footsteps approaching me.
Vamos, calabacita. Déjame saber tus planes. Solo tengo curiosidad.
Come on, Pumpkin. Let me know your plans. I'm just curious. Having him so close to me suddenly gets on my nerves. The words don't come out of my throat for a while, as he stares at me, waiting for an answer. He took a breath of air, forcing the words out. I simply said the wrong thing for not thinking before. He simply raises an eyebrow as he gets a little closer. He's going to say that was a Freudian slip. He shakes his head as if he doesn't believe what I'm saying.
¿En serio? ¿Una equivocación? ¿No te equivocas con algo de esa magnitud, dulzura?
Really? A mistake? You can't go wrong with something of that magnitude, sweetness. He's got me. He gets a little closer, so close that I can feel his breath against my lips, and I hear him whisper.
¿Sabes? Yo creo que no fue un error. Simplemente dijiste tu deseo en voz alta.
Stop! You know, I don't think it was a mistake. You just said your wish out loud. I shake my head immediately and try to clear the matter, nerves running through my body. Of course not. You're wrong. I didn't think about doing something. I can see the sparkle in his eyes. He still couldn't believe me. I took that look for granted. He's probably making the you like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward face. He speaks, amused, as he shrugs, feigning some disappointment.
Oh, es una pena. Yo estaba dispuesto a cumplir tus caprichos. Pero si lo deseas, podría...
Oh, it's a shame. I was willing to fulfill your promise, but if you wish, I could. Charles. He comes within a few inches of my lips before speaking softly again, giving me no time to react.
Podría darte una pequeña prueba de lo que podrías tener.
I could give you a little taste of what you might have. He doesn't allow me to answer, and simply cuts the distance between us and starts kissing me fervently. His lips are soft against mine, strangely sweet, and not at all unpleasant, as I thought it would be. Really, after all the spicy wings we both ate? He holds my cheeks to keep me close, preventing any impulse of rejection on my part. Oh. Okay, bringing home this random stranger's looking up. By the way, don't bring home random hot strangers. This is only cool because it's fictional. After a few moments in shock, I just start to let go and allow him to continue with his task. Although his kisses are passionate, he also seems to want to maintain some finesse, making it easy for me to keep up. It doesn't take long for his hands to start going down my body, exploring a bit, but not getting very far. His touches are delicate, but heated at the same time, as if he knew exactly where to give specific caresses. My face feels hot for obvious reasons, and when I let out a sound of surprise, Charles responds with a small giggle of satisfaction and answer, without moving away at any time. This small action on my part seems to give him a little boost, gently hugging me, bringing my body closer to his, and trapping us in a web of pleasure. Having him so close in this way, I can feel everything about him. Although Charles was still dressed, his clothes were so tight that the simple touch left me... We're talking about his bulging chest, right? This simple touch left little to the imagination. If this goes on like this, we could easily go a little far tonight, something I wouldn't normally think about or even consider. I guess my brain isn't working well right now, starting to let myself be carried away solely by my body's desires. As I delve deeper into the moment, I move my hands towards his chest, guided only by my carnal desires, giving it a gentle squeeze and light caresses. God, this was a bad idea. Now I want to know what it would look like, without this on top of it. As he continues with the caresses, he pulls away slightly from the kiss and laughs quietly.
Oye, manos traviesas, con calma. Dije que sería solo una pequeña demostración.
Hey, naughty hands, get calm. I said it would be just a little demonstration. His comment takes me by surprise, making me look away slightly from the shame of having wanted to take this further. It seems that he's more patient than I am, and I thought he'd be the impulsive one in this. How does this leave me? He laughs again, amused by my reaction.
Oye, no hay de qué avergonzarse. No es tu culpa disfrutar de esto. Es normal dejarse llevar un poco a veces.
Hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Espoir. It's not your fault to enjoy this. It's normal to get a little carried away sometimes. I turn my gaze back to him, speaking with slight shyness now. So, can I? Charles looks down at his chest, and then at me, thinking for a moment, and then shrugging his shoulders.
Oh, claro que sí. Adelante.
Oh, of course. Go ahead. I took his thumbs up to return my hands to his chest again, leaning into him to pick up where we left off. Ah! I am going to send whoever that is to the moon! The moon! Eh? Is that the developer saying, hey, that part's not done yet? I turned my gaze to the sound, with strangeness drawn in my expression, while Charles continues to stare at me. After a moment, I felt him walk away slightly.
Supongo que deberías ir a echar un vistazo, ¿no?
I guess you should have a look, right? When I hear his suggestion, I just nod my head and walk out of the room. Whoomst. Whatever you got for me, better be a sandwich, because I'm going to make you eat it. I slowly make my way to the front door and peer through the peephole. There's nobody there. Eh? How strange. Do I have a sexy landlord? If I do, this is gonna get really awkward. Well, I guess it must have been some joker or something like that. Nothing major. I decided to leave it at that and return to the room. Hey, me. This game is full of shenanigans. I wouldn't trust that so easily. I don't want to leave my guest unattended. He's not there, is he? He's skedaddled. Or is he the one who's attending to me? Why do I feel like I've played right into his hand? It doesn't matter. I'll just take the opportunity I have now and take it. Ah, not only is he still there, but him's precious. Absolutely precious. I'm back. There was no one at the door, I guess. That we can go on if you want to. Wow, who knew that I would feel so desperate for just a few kisses? I wait for his answer, but he just smiles and nods his head silently.
Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, oh, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
He looks a little different. Is that Charlie? Did Charlie come back? Oh, nah, it must be nothing. I approach him, staying right in front of him, and immediately he approaches to continue with the kissing session. This time it feels a little different, his lips moving a little erratically against mine. They were still soft, but it was definitely a big difference. Did he tag in his bro? Like kissing a beginner. Perhaps the change is due to nerves, but he hasn't acted this way at any time. I don't give it importance, and I just decide to be the one to guide the whole thing this time. As I am the one who takes the dominant position this time, I can hear how he seems to get a little excited and give small, muffled moans. Aww. His touches on me are now a little shaky and anxious, as if it were him who's now desperate to take things further. Aww. I can't help but hear his constant reactions, causing the heat of the moment to increase quite quickly. The pauses to catch his breath are constant now, but every time we take a break, he immediately returns his lips to mine after a couple of heavy breaths each time. At one point, I feel him slide his hand on my butt, giving a gentle squeeze. I separate myself from him, not so much out of anger, but rather out of surprise. Hey! I didn't tell you to stop! What? Stop! Stop being so precious. Just me and you are gonna have a child, and that child is gonna be Ashton. I look him in the eye, and he just smiles tenderly at my reaction. I tried to get angry with him, but I had done something similar a while ago, so I guess I had no right to complain. I sigh, trying to calm down, to get the blood down from my face. You... forget it. We are at hand. He just chuckles with a slight blush on his cheeks. I cross my arms, trying to keep my angry attitude, but fail in the attempt. I just let myself be carried away by the situation once and start laughing with him, noticing that his expressions were much softer now, which made it easier to get carried away by his warm aura. How was such a thing possible in the first place? First being someone too flirtatious, noisy, and irritating, to move on to quiet and shy. This guy was quite an enigma, that's for sure. I guess it's part of its charm and what makes it appealing in the first place. It'll be fun to continue to get to know him. Although, I felt like I wanted to get rid of him before. You can always change your mind, right? I sigh once more and look him in the eye. So, will you keep quiet now? Don't you have some of your bold comments now? He nods and then shakes his head, not saying a word. You wouldn't happen to be a completely different person now, would ya? Why doesn't he want to talk now? Before, he would not have been silent if he had been paid a fortune. Ha! I shrug and just let it go. Anyway, our moment was over. Was it, though? Was it over? And we could keep going. The night is young. I yawn and stretch a little. Well, I guess it's time to go to sleep. I glance at him out of the corner of my eye and notice that he looks a little nervous, playing with his hands as he alternates his gaze between me and the ground. I roll my eyes, smile understandingly, and speak softly. Well, I guess we'll sleep together tonight in the end. Sleep, and nothing more. I'm satisfied with the test you gave me. For now. He smiles, his eyes lighting up, and he nods fervently at what I said. He's too precious. I can't. He's... Your Honor. Your Honor, I love him. He's so cute. Your Honor, I want both. Both, Your Honor. None of us will sleep on the couch. Thanks to that, you are very convincing. Anyway, get in the bed at once. Get in the bed at once. He obeys immediately, stepping into the sheets and curling up with one of the pillows. I'm sorry, you're too... See? You're too precious, I'm sorry, you're going to have to marry me immediately. Oh, look, you're already one of my husbands. He's far too precious. I just watch him, and I can't help but laugh at the tender way he does it. Turning off the light in the room to end this particular day, which started crappy, but ended not bad. Good night. I hope you sleep well. Well, at least we didn't get jump scared at night.
Buenas noches, pastelito. Te quiero.
Good night, cupcake. I love you. Far too precious. Absolutely precious. I can't take it. I was in love with Charles/Charlie the first time I played this game, and I still love them. And the voice, did I miss who the voice actor is? Voice actor. Victor, dang it. He does a great job with the voice acting. Absolutely wonderful voice acting. Oh boy. One of my favorites. I don't like picking favorites, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Oh! I'll also leave a link to their Patreon, because I believe this update came out earlier on their Patreon than it did live. Most updates may be in Espanol, I'm not sure, but they have a Patreon if you would like to follow it. Well, unless I missed anything, that was the newest update for a double-sided mirror. Now, I did skip over the initial meeting with Charlie, so if you would like to see that, you can check out my very first playthrough, or you can check out my live stream. There's going to be a lot of links in the description of this video. I hope I remember to put them all in there. And of course, if you would like to support the developer, they have a Patreon. Also, it goes without saying that this game is intended for adults, so the Patreon will probably be only for people over the age of 18. I love Charles, I love Charlie, they are sweet babies, and I'm going to kiss both of their cheeks. Somehow. And if you would like to watch me play any other really cool visual novels, feel free to look around my channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, because that really helps out my channel, it makes sure that YouTube doesn't throw me in the garbage bin, and it helps us get closer to 100,000 subscribers. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.